So the reason why you're in business is to meet the needs of customers at their level, at whatever level, high income earners, middle income earners, low income earners. And over time, we just talk a lot about premium quality paint, premium quality paint. So you might be in that place where you have so many low income earners that needs paint. They might not really care about the high quality paint or the premium quality paint. They just want paint to just put a facelift on their houses. And if you don't meet that need, someone else will meet the need. So the reason for this video is to do low cost emotion that will still give you good results. Low cost emotion, like basic quality emotion. And the reason why this is basic quality is because you don't go below this quality. If you go below this quality, you might not get good result. But this is the least of the quality you can go to and get very good results. So this is basic quality emotion. So formulation guide for 20 liters of white basic quality emulsion paint. Now, this is how we are going to follow it. Beginning with water, Calgon, Genapol, Deformer, titanium dioxide, and I put emphasis on Chronos. It must be Chronos because the quantity of the titanium dioxide is low. So it has to be Chronos. Chronos will give you that good result. And then we have kaolin, we have calcium carbonate, we have acrylic, we have bemocol, we have formalin, we have ammonia. We have ammonia. And let me come back to this Chronos. I don't know about the brand you have in your locality, but in this part of the world, with the best titanium dioxide that our importers import to us is Chronos titanium dioxide. And then this is white. So I made use of 200 grams. Now, if I was to do other colors, I would use this 200 grams to 100 grams and I will still get very good results. The color you're putting will make up for that. And then since we are doing white, okay, this is supposed to be 2 kg. If it is white, this is 2 kg. Yeah. And then if it is colored, this thing, if it is colored, how is it called? Emulsion paint, you can now make it 1 kg. Yeah, make it 1 kg. So if you are doing colored emulsion, I think this one here should be 14. This one here should be 14 kg. 14 kg. So at the end of the day, these two should be 15 kg. Either you're doing white or you're doing colored. Either you're doing white or you're doing colored. It should be 15 kg. So in one of our former videos, as your first basic knowledge as a paint producer, I remember I told you that titanium dioxide is primary pigment. Kaolin and calcium carbonate, they are secondary pigment. As that means they play secondary coloring role in paint production. Titanium dioxide, I know it might not be sufficient for basic quality, but when you add 2 kg of kaolin into this, it supports the opacity strength very well. Or when you're adding how is it called? We're adding 1 kg too, then plus the color you're putting, it supports the opacity strength very well. And then this calcium carbonate too, it plays secondary coloring role, like it supports the opacity strength too very well. You know, like I told you, these two here are secondary pigments. Yes, extended pigments. That means they play secondary coloring role. So they play secondary supporting coloring role. Let me repeat myself very well so that you understand me. So without wasting time, we are going to begin this formulation. Just like I told you, this is basic quality emulsion. You shouldn't go below this. This is basic quality. This is the basic. The basic. You can go and still get very good results that can be in the market. Thank you so much. Just watch.
Okay, so let's begin the production process. We'll start by measuring water, and the water required for this process is 10 kg. So we are using a smaller container, and this container will contain 4 kg. So that means we have to measure like 4 times, sorry, like 2 or 3 times to get 10 kg. So we are in the measurement process. Now, mind you, this is a production process for a low, let me not say low quality so that you won't get discouraged. A basic quality emulsion paint, basic quality, that this is the basic of the qualities. That means you don't have to go below this quality. If you go below this quality, what you have is just a pure low quality, a non-market standard quality. You know, there are some clients that will just meet you. This is what I have. I have this amount. I have this amount, and their budget is always very low. So if you have this kind of client, I think this is the kind of formulation they deserve. So this is basic quality emulsion paint. Any quality below this quality is not a standard quality. So we are measuring the third, let me say the last 2 kg. So when we ensure that, once we ensure that it's 2 kg, we turn it inside and then we move on with the next chemical we are supposed to use. So this is 2 kg. The next chemical I'm measuring now is calgon. Calgon is 50 grams. Calgon, like I always tell you, is a type of a sodium phosphate salt. Its major function is to act as a dissolver. It will just help to make the water soft enough so that every other solid chemicals, especially the pigment coming in, can be properly dispersed or dissolved in the mixture at this point in time. And when pigments are properly dissolved, what they do is that they are strengthened enough to withstand UV light. So the next chemical we're putting on is Genapol. Genapol will play two major functions in this particular disease. To act as a emulsifier. That means it will help to make everything mix well, like bring up everything together so that they can get well emulsified. And then they also act as surfactants, non-ionic surfactants. They are non-ionic because they don't possess electronic charges or electrical charges. So it's just an emulsifier. This is Genapol being turned into the formulation. It's a surfactant. It's what will make the distinct spread well on the surface. The paint spread well on the surface. Now, so when you put Genapol induces foam. So you put the foamer to cut down the foam. So in this formulation, we're using 50 grams. So this is the foamer. Now that we are turning into the mixture. So once we turn it inside the mixture, I think the next thing for us to do is to continue other mixture. Yeah, especially the titanium dioxide, like the pigment. So we're using titanium dioxide here, and the brand we're using is Chronos. Now this is a basic quality emulsion. That's basic quality. So we are using Chronos. We're making sure that we're using original pigment. Now what this Chronos does is that it helps to give the paint opacity. Now opacity means it give the paint hiding power. And this is white we are doing. So we're using 200 grams. Now mind you, we will put kaolin and so on. So the kaolin will also support the titanium dioxide. The titanium dioxide is low quantity, so the kaolin will support it and make sure it gives the right coverage. Just like I taught you guys, I said kaolin is a secondary, or let me say, it's an external pigment. They play secondary coloring role. So this is the titanium dioxide being turned into the production drum. So as we turn, we mix. As we turn, we mix. So at this point in time, I think we are to measure the kaolin. The kaolin we are using here is 2 kg because we are producing white paint. So we're using white kaolin and we're using 2 kg of white kaolin. If we're producing colored paint, I think we would have used 100 kg of white kaolin. So, but this is sorry, not 100 kg, 1 kg of white kaolin. If you're producing colored paint, but this is white we are producing. We want the white to come out very bright, so we're using 2 kg of white kaolin. So once you're using Chronos and you're using 2 kg of kaolin, everything will come out well. Everything will come out well. So we are turning the kaolin now into the mixture. Yeah, this is it. Turn into the mixture. Please go back home and try this. This particular formulation is for those customers that will tell you this is how much I have, this is how much I have. This is the kind of formulation you deserve, and it will work perfectly well. To work perfectly well. This formulation will save you cost and will still give you good quality paint. So you can see how white already it's looking. So at this point in time, we are to turn in our calcium carbonate. The quantity required for this particular formulation is 13 kg for the white. If we're using, let me say, if we're doing colored paint, it would have been 14 kg. 14 kg 1 kg of kaolin. So everything will now be 15 kg of filler. But now we are doing white, so this should be 13 kg and 2 kg of kaolin. So everything will still be 15 kg of filler. Or let me say extender pigment. We don't use, I normally don't use Calgon, so kaolin in bulk quantity because kaolin doesn't have so much power to withstand UV light, and then kaolin too, breaks on the wall like that. It brings like when you use kaolin, you experience this brittleness on your surface. So this is calcium carbonate being turned into the formulation. If you have used kaolin for premium quality paint, I think you will experience that there's this brittleness thing you will experience. So I don't use kaolin in large quantity, especially when I'm producing big, let me say good quality paint. I use them for this kind of production where I know I need an extender pigment to support the main pigment or to play a secondary supporting role, a supporting, let me say, pigmentation role. So when you add, you mix. When you add, you mix. The goal is just to make sure that everything mixes up well with the previous chemical that was inside. When you add, you mix. When you add, you mix. So the stage what we are doing right now is just a mixture. So at this point in time, you add up your binder. Acrylic is what we're using. Please don't use PVA for this particular standard of production. Don't use PVA. Use acrylic. PVA will not give you the kind of strength you need. And when using acrylic, the type of acrylic matters a lot because acrylic comes in solid and liquid content. Like I always told you guys, most of the cheap quality cheap acrylic there are in 40% solid content. Well, I like to use acrylic that is still cheap but 45% solid content. So because of that, I think I'm in this particular formulation. I'm using a particular acrylic called Sinapol, and the Sinapol I'm using is in the styrene acrylic family. So it's a very solid. It will give a very solid bonding strength to the formulation. So mind you, this is basic quality. So you try by all means to be cost effective while still expecting good result that people can use. That can be manageably accepted even in the market or as a market standard basic quality paint. So at this point in time, we are using Bemako 100 grams. Bemako is quite okay for a formulation like this. So we are making sure that we get 100-gram accuracy, or let me say precision, is what we will try to target because it's a formulation. 200 grams. So you have to pre-mix it separately with just a little water that is not so big or too small. So water that can mix it separately. So once you do that, you just mix it separately and then turn it into the mixture, just like we are doing right now. So when you turn it, you you mix it up very fast so that it doesn't cake up. But as we turn, we have to rinse the container again a little and turn inside again so that every leftover in the container is properly added into the mixture. That's why we did that. So when you turn, you mix it so that everything so that it doesn't cake up. But if you give a little space, it will cake up. That means it will just mix up at that let me say part where the thickener was turned into. It will just thicken that place and cake up in that spot. So the goal is to make sure that everything gets homogeneously mixed together. So once you put let me see the this thing, you turn it, you turn it. So at that point you have to mix very well. So after mixing to that point, you have to put a preservative. This is an income preservative. And the goal of the preservative is just to ensure that the bacterial activities inside the can doesn't occur. It's 100 grams we are using, so we have to reduce it and make sure everything is 100 grams. So we are still have to reduce. Still have to reduce until we get the accurate measurement. 100 grams is very okay. Very okay. With this, the paint can stand well even for let me say 6 months to 1 year without it without having any bacterial activities inside, or without experiencing any bacterial activities as the paint is being stored inside the can. So at this point, I think we are mixing. Everything is going well. I think the last chemical to put here will be our ammonia. Ammonia will be to regulate the pH. That's the potential of hydrogen. If you are buying any formulation from any person, the first question you should ask the person is what is the pH level of that form. Any paint you are buying, sorry, any formulation you are buying, ask the person what's the pH level of this formulation. If the person is selling the formulation, to ask the person what's the pH level of the formulation. The person doesn't know, just know that you might not be sure of the formulation you are getting. Now, in paint production, the accurate pH level should be around, let me say, 8 to 9, 9.5. A little bit on the side of alkaline. So they have to ensure that everything is 40 grams. So once it's 40 grams, we don't have to, because it doesn't have to be too alkalinic. But if it crosses to the point of maybe 9, 9.5, 10, what you should do is just to add up some chemicals that has a little bit acidic content in it, so it will balance it up. The goal is to just ensure that you have 8 to 9.5 alkalinity, or let me say pH level, which might be a weak alkaline. Yes, the goal is to just have a weak alkaline from let me say product. With that, to keep the paint stable. So our production is set. It's Ever Glitter paint. So this is our brand. So the production is set. So if you need paint or so, can always contact us. Our number is on the screen right now. You can always contact us. And if you want your painting project and so on, you want to buy specialized formulation like stucco, metallic paint, or also contact us. This is our brand, Ever Glitter Paint. Yeah. Thank you so much.
So yes, we have come to the end of the video. I know you enjoy it. So please subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. Please and please, I beg you, subscribe to the channel. Like the video. If you have any contesting thoughts or any question you want to ask, or however, just put it down in the comment section. I'll come down there myself and answer the question or reply you. Please like the video, share it, comment, subscribe, and then turn on the notification bell. The notification bell, turn it on, please, so that when next we post more videos, you will be the first person to get notified and watch. I remain Eval Sam Ele, the #1 paint production professional in Africa, saying Happy New Year once again.